Innovators Ministry, moving higher in Christ, no boundary.
I've got 20 minutes, and we'll do it in 20 minutes. One of the things I like to start with is to tell you about the myths about marriage. Something that happens to all of us when we get married. There's this myth about marriage that I got married because I'm married in church. Everything was happily ever after. Because there was a prophecy about my life, so everything is going to be all right. Because my husband is a Christian. He's a strong Christian. So everything is going to be all right. Hey, my wife is a prayer warrior. So everything is going to be all right. That's a myth. That's a myth. Everything about marriage is practical and a reality. The first thing you got to recognize is what happens when the unexpected happens. What happens when there's a situation of infidelity? When the Christian man, that strong man that you thought was the pillar of faith in the house, suddenly falls in love with his secretary. What do you do? What happens when a child is brought to the house which doesn't belong to you? What do you do? What do you do when your husband loses his job and he can't get a job? And we have situations at home. That was unexpected. He was a CEO of a top corporate company, and then suddenly he loses his job. What do you do? I know most of us, the first thing is that we go to prayer warriors. No, that's not the first place you go to. The first place you go to God. It is said in the Bible that except God builds, you labor in vain. What do you do that the woman that you thought was a wife in your life becomes a knife on your side? What do you do? What do you do when suddenly the husband you married suddenly is hit by a sickness, and you stood in the altar and made a marriage confession or a marriage vow that in sickness and in health till death do us part? How many of you understand what I'm talking about? What do you do when the unexpected happens? Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of the most challenging moments in every man's life. It's the most challenging moment in every couple's life when something happens suddenly. As a counselor and as a life coach and as a relation, I meet people all the time. What do you do when your son turns around and says he's gay? What do you do when you walk home and you see your husband in bed with another man? What do you do?
For you, oh Lord, set my life in order for you, for you. I want to know your love. I want to know your way. see what else to pray for. I don't see what else to pray for. If I'm not aligned, I don't see what else to pray for. If I'm not aligned, I don't see what else to pray for. If my life is not in order, I don't know what else I'm looking for. If my life is not in order, I don't know what I'm looking for. If I'm not burning for Jesus, I don't know what I'm burning for. I don't know the lust of the flesh that I'm burning for. If it's not for Jesus, I want to know your heart. I want to know your way. I want to walk with you. I want to be like you. When they see me, they see Jesus. When they see me, they see Jesus. When they see me, they see Jesus. That's what I matter for. Oh, let me burn for you. Let me burn for you. Jesus, Lord. Set my heart on fire. Set my heart on fire for you. Let me burn for you. Oh, Lord. Set my life in order. Set my life in order for you. That is the cry of my heart for you. Yeah, Lord. Set my heart on fire for you. For you. For you. Yeah, Lord. Set my life in order. I want to know your heart. We've gathered here to remind ourselves of the return of the Lord. Or let me put it this way, the beginning of the return. That's why we are gathered here. So this is the best prayer you can be praying. That God will align you. Tell yourself the truth. I will tell myself, I need God to align me. I need Him to align me. For a lot of us, if He returns today or tomorrow, we know we are not aligned. So I need Him to align me. That's my prayer. Arrange my life to please you. Arrange my life to suit you. Arrange my life to be ready for you. I don't want to be ashamed when you come. What is life? What is life if the major thing I should be thinking of is not in the radar? What is life? Sing, oh Lord, set my heart on fire. Set my heart on fire for you. I want to burn for you. For you. Oh Lord, set my life in order. Set my life in order for you. For you, God. For you. Hey, oh Lord, set my heart on fire for you. Let me burn.
The Elevators Ministry, moving higher in Christ, no boundary.